Greetings, greetings, family, to you all. I am here. I'm AlQamar, and I'm here representing my fashion boutique today, Malik's Fashions and Accessories. And today I'm going to be talking about sage, white sage, and its wonderful benefits and uses. So, if you haven't heard of sage by now, I think you're under a rock somewhere because it's making a huge comeback these days. As more and more of us are starting to come closer and closer to being closer to nature these days and all that that entails. So thank you guys for joining. And so a little bit about sage. It's an herb. It's from the mint family, right? It's has eucalyptus, I hope I'm saying that right, in it, and that's what gives it its distinct smell. So if you smell sage, it kind of puts you in the thought of like a minty, a very strong minty scent, right? So you can do a lot with sage. You can burn it, which I'm going to show you how in a minute, the smudging. You can use it as tea for healing benefits. You can actually bathe in it. You can take the leaves and use them in your bath water for healing properties there as well. Sage helps to treat colds and sinus infections and a lot of things that relate to stuffiness. Sage is excellent for those purposes naturally, a natural remedy. It also little known facts that it helps with excessive sweating. So if you're one who sweats a lot, maybe hot flashes, ladies, you guys are going through hot flashes and things like that. Sage tea is good to use for those type of remedies. Um, you can actually apply sage to your wounds and rashes and things. It helps to, it's got an antibiotic um, to them as well, so it helps to heal quicker. And it contains tannic acid, which actually can treat athlete's foot. So, as you can see, it has a lot of benefits besides smudging. Again, I want to talk to you guys about smudging in a minute. The natives used sage. Actually, it goes all the way back to ancient Egyptian Kemetic times. Kemet is the name that it was prior to it being colonized and renamed Egypt. But back in Kemetic times, they have evidence of the ancients using sage as well. So sage is like one of those remedies that's been around forever and ever. So some of the side effects to sage, as it's been noted, so I can't vouch for it, but it has been noted that it can increase your heart rate. So you definitely want to be careful there. It can cause mental confusion, and sometimes it leads to vomiting and restlessness, and it can affect your kidneys if taken too much. So be careful with the sage. So smudging. Again, the natives and have used sage in a lot of their ceremonies, right? There's their healing ceremonies and things of that nature. When they want to purify the air, that's another really excellent benefit to sage as well. It actually works better than Lysol, family, believe it or not. And this has been um, scientifically tested and proven. So they actually tested sage against other cleansing aerosols like Lysol, and come to find that sage will clean the air in the room better than Lysol does. So naturally, that's a beautiful thing about sage. Um, so what you want to do if you are using it for healing purposes, you just burn it. As you can see, this is a piece of sage that I've had forever. The sage, this is what it looks like, just straight by itself. And you can get sage too with just loose leaves. This is wrapped. So it's only just a basic cotton string that they use to wrap it to keep it all tight, because bundled, because it's all just like loose leaves, and then they bundle together. And this is what they normally use for smudging. But you can also, if you come across loose leaf sage, that's fine too. It serves the same purpose. This is just a lot more convenient to use. So you just burn it. When you are burning it for cleansing the auras in the space or in the room where you're in, you make sure you open a window. You definitely want to open a window. Um, it is said that sage will release all the negative energies throughout the room or throughout whatever you're saging. Maybe you want energies that you have, like clothing or jewelry or something on, and you want to release those energies. Or maybe you got something that was borrowed or used by somebody else, and you don't know where the energy came from prior to you owning it, furniture, whatever. Sage is a good thing to do with objects as well. But when you smudge, you definitely want to open up a window, because it said that all those negative energies are released and they have to go somewhere. So you don't want to just be smudging in a room and then those energies are just still in the room, because there's nowhere for them to go. So you just light. Let me show you how this goes. So, and you can, as you can see, you can reuse sage over and over and over again. Some people use more than others. I don't necessarily like a lot. I don't like a whole lot of smoke. So, and this is what you'll get. You'll just get like a smoky. You see the smoke, family? Yeah. And so, and that's all you want. And so you just walk around the room. You say, if you have something, if you're doing a little prayer or giving paying homage onings to the ancestors or anything like that, you want to, state what your claims are as you walk with sage. And as you can see, a lot of times it'll just go out eventually on its own, or you can blow it out, or you can snuff it out, or what have you. Some of the ancients would take some of the sage itself and kind of do, all the things that they normally would do in their seances and things of that nature. So there's a lot of different ways to use sage. I love the smell of sage. It just smells so fresh to me. And here's another little known something that I've learned, that it's been said that those who don't like the smell of sage tend to be the ones who house all the negative energies. So if you're saging or smudging around somewhere and you around people that's like, oh my God, what's that smell? Ew, stop that. It's been said that those are the ones that are housing the negative energy. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So what else can I tell you guys? Sage helps lift spirits. It's been known to be a natural like energy booster and help to lift spirit. That's another something that they've actually tested and proven, that the body of people who smudge, who first get the smell of sage, there's the their hormones or what have you go into a somewhere where the sage is actually benefiting them and lifting their spirits and heightening their awareness and things of that nature. So that is my little tidbit about sage. How do you guys use your own sage? Let me know in the comment section. How do you have a specific way that you like to use sage? Share that. And you can get sage on my website under WeBuyBlack.com. So if you go onto WeBuyBlack.com's website and go to my boutique, which is Malik's Fashions Boutique, Malik's Fashions, and I'll put the link at the bottom for you guys as well. I do sell this and I do ship all over the continental US for free. So definitely check out some sage and get some for your family, especially this time of the year, family, where it's, the winter time, it's cold and flu season, and we suffer from a lot of these germs and stuff that's going around. Sage is an excellent way to clear the room, especially early on. Like if somebody in your house is sick and you don't want to catch it and you don't want nobody else, you don't want the germs to spread, sage is an excellent way to kind of contain those germs. So get yourself some sage. All right, family, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be back at you with more of these type of videos. I'm coming to you next about charcoal, about the healing and the wonderful qualities of charcoal for the body. So talk to you soon. Take care of each other out there. Peace.